Oh, yeah. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I need to get that whole theme thing set the fuck up for sure. To actually pick
It'll
and
work.
play.
I mean, we got it. We got a beautiful theme song. You
I
don't
know.
play it. You don't put up any vignettes with like little 20-second cuts, but you'll put up questions about Jeremy Cornetti wants to know. Jeremy Cornetti wants to know who is this Jeremy Cornetti? That's what I want to know. But anyway, I know you got your inside fans, and I have no fans. That's why I'm here alone. Yeah. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hold on to your seats. Don't worry about what I say. It's all in hyperbole. I'm sure the fans understand that. A few wrestlers that get hit in the head with chairs, they're not wise to that. Let's go.
He's back.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on? Happy Monday night to you and yours. Break and Roll is back. Mr. Johnny HotBody is back. I'm back. And we're going to get right the hell into it. The show starts off the way it starts off almost every fucking week. And I'm tired of it starting off with fucking Seth freaking Rollins and the crew. Like, can we change it up and do something a little fucking different?
You know, it would be great if they only had a bunch of guys in the back that didn't have a bunch of marbles in their mouths. You understand? To do these things, you have to be able to do promos. Seth is barely doing a good job of it. It's redundant. As far as the big goof, the 400-pound goof hitting his hands, and the other bucket of no brains in the other corner. Listen, man, this is sad. This is a sad state of wrestling. This is why you need the Ultimate Warrior to come up from the fucking center of the ring, tear the place up, and maybe have the Undertaker come back too. I mean, listen, man, these kids today, they're missing the main ingredients to wrestling, and that's not only the psychology, but the ability to sell yourself in a promo. It's not about I'm Seth freaking Rollins and I'm the greatest, blah, 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 blah. Listen, when Dusty Rhodes, I can't stand the dude. Dusty Rhodes was an ass clown. And I know what I'm talking about. I know an ass clown when I see it. But anyway, these guys like Dusty, Flair, you even had Dick Slater. He was even able to cut better interviews than these kids today. There's nothing there. There's no, I want to go and watch this guy beat up somebody. First of all, I don't think they have a heel that's hated enough to want to see them get beat up. Maybe Logan Paul, but it seems like the good guys that they should be featuring, they bury in the back.
It seemed like, too, this has been the same promo from Seth for the last 6 weeks. And what you said was very important, the psychology of it all. And I think the whole point of that promo was to elevate LA Knight. You're trash man.
To elevate LA Knight, you would have to go to your local trash dump and dig him out of it. That's number one, because that dude, he's the worst. He's a poor imitation of The Rock, Randy Savage, and everyone else from the 80s. He's a bozo. Okay? He wants to snap into a Slim Jim. Somebody should stick a Slim Jim into a dark cavity in his. Don't let me go there. But anyway, Seth friggin' Rollins pumping up LA Knights. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. You see, I don't think that LA Knight versus Seth Rollins is a ticket selling match. I really don't.
I agree. I mean, in reality, there's really nothing, and we've said this before, there's nothing really going to be. I don't think there's any particular person on the roster that's selling tickets. I think it's just the whole complete brand package as a whole.
Since TKO bought this forest of what it used to be from Vince McMahon, it slid down the slippery slope, like I've told you. I think our good friend Carmela said they're like 3. Don't quote me, but she was saying
crazy amount,
crazy 300,000, 300 million. But the numbers
I think it's
like,
yeah,
that they're losing. And I told you this. I was the first to tell you this. I was not the first to tell you this. I was the first to tell our audience this. And sooner or later, it's going to catch on like wildfire that whenever Johnny HotBody speaks and Chubby Dudley have this interaction, what we say resonates to all the other bozos that buy their views and have their subscription numbers jacked up a whole bunch. Trust me on this. The WWE is tanking, and it's only going to be saved by one man and one man only. Now, a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people like to say this, that, and the other thing. But guess what? That's the reason why Vince McMahon is a billionaire and everybody else isn't.
I agree on the billionaire part, but I don't think Vince is ever buying it back.
Listen, Chubby, I got to tell you something right up front. This lawsuit case, he's going to be vindicated because all this was a humiliation campaign. It's something that the Masons do. In order for a guy like Vince McMahon to elevate himself to the 33rd degree, he has to be humiliated like P. Diddy and so many other people that have been dragged through the mud. Nothing ever comes of it because they have too much money. When have you ever seen a billionaire behind bars? And don't say Bernie Madoff, because that strapper was just that, a strapper. He was no billionaire.
When I hear the strapper word used, when I hear the strapper word used, I crack up. I feel like a little kid again in South Philly.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about, man. I've been telling everybody these things for as long as you and I've been together. And if you check back on Johnny HotBody's track record and Chubby Dudley, our show happens to be ahead of the curve by a long shot. We are very, very rarely wrong. And I'll tell you what does that. It's the ability to not be bought by a bunch of jerk-offs.
Not that any of the jerk-offs are offering, but you know.
Hey, listen, Chubby, really, would you sell your soul? Would you sell your soul to go stand next to Paul? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be caught. I wouldn't be caught anywhere near that crumb.
I would.
And I'm talking about both of them. I'm talking about Triple Nose and the other little walrus or penguin. And his good friend with the suspenders and the belt.
Oh, all right. So Michelle Stern says, "Good evening, guys. I'm so glad Johnny's back. I've missed you."
I've missed being here. Believe me, I've just been going through hell. You know, life just comes up and hits you with a chair in the back of the head when you just don't expect it. Things happen, man. But I'm
brother
glad
Johnny
to be here, and thank you all.
Good evening, my brothers. It's great to see you and Johnny. That TWA tag belt is waiting for you, brother.
Yeah. I'll take it if you're giving it away. At this point, everything's been taken from me.
Cameron Ball in the house. What's up, dude? Love you guys. Keep up the work. And Cameron, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't your birthday the other day? Happy birthday, brother.
I thought Cameron was a new name there. Happy birthday, Cameron.
I think he, for the most part, yeah.
If he gives us his phone number, we'll give him a personalized phone call. We won't charge like Mick Foley.
Well, the opening promo went right into the opening match, which I did like to see that, how they did that. We had Braun Breaker taking on Johnny's favorite, Penta.
I told you this kid was a waste of money. Johnny was right about this non-talented, mask-wearing, Frito Bandito bending, illegal border jumping. I could keep going on and on, but I won't. But check this out. I told you Penta would never amount up to anything. And believe me, if he does, it'll be quicker than Jey Uso's yeeting.
I personally enjoy him.
Oh,
but I will say, and I've said this before, his matches, 90% of it are the exact same match every time until the finish, and then it's whatever the finish is.
I think he's the. Listen, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this: he is one of the most reckless performers I have seen in that ring.
Really?
Yes. Okay. Yes, he is a reckless individual. That AAA style of wrestling, it's a bunch of trash. And I don't care who out there wears a mask. I don't care who out there's from a town that waves a funny-looking flag and plays bad music with the tinga, tinga, tinga.
Tequila, tequila, tequila. Cheers.
Yeah.
You know what? This is where me and Johnny are completely different. I always have enjoyed, and I'll say this is part of the reason why. I've always enjoyed the AAA lucha style, and I never saw it until when I was going through wrestling school. Me and Jimmy Janetti got close, and we would sit and watch tapes. And he was the one that started showing me this stuff, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I never seen that stuff before. So I enjoyed watching.
Why you never seen it before? There's a reason. There's a really good reason why you've never seen it before. It's never caught on like wildfire. Do you know what that reason is? It sucks. The only place they could sell that is in Mexico. They put a bunch of jumping beans in their pockets. They light a bottle rocket off, and away they go.
How about Mr. Iguana, who's supposed to be debuting at some point?
No, he's not. Canceled. They canceled that. They found another. Makeup wearing Mexican, and he's now their new. Listen, they got to stop playing these ass clown games, man. The intelligence of the wrestling fans is being mocked. And then when all the fans finally get tired of watching this garbage, do you know what's going to happen? AEW is going to set the world on fire.
You've been saying this. You have been saying this.
And I haven't even watched an AEW match. And I mean that. I know who Will Ospreay is, and the only reason why I know who he is from watching New Japan. And I don't think he's all that good. I'm sorry, Carmella.
He's a that.
He's a beans and mash. What are they? Beans and mash and faggots and cricket. That's
oh my God.
That's exactly what he is.
But his style is pretty much a lucha style.
It's not in the sense of a lucha style when you have the ability to sell a move and actually show emotion in a ring. When you have these guys bouncing around, like I told you about that other hand job whose wife was the announcer. What was that bozo's name?
Oh, Ricochet?
Ricochet. Well, look at Ricochet. Come on, man. Another one bounced around the ring. You don't sell. You don't sell. You don't sell. You just do move after move after move. This is not wrestling, man. This is not wrestling. This is an insult to the intelligence of a wrestling fan. All of it is. I just pick on him to show you him because he was the worst thing I ever seen in in the WWE besides that chick Rodriguez. Boy, is that a dumpster fire.
Oh boy.
Give me Nia Jax any day of the week, Santa Claus, you idiot.
So Gianni says that match was a piss break, but a great spear at the finish. And you know what? I think kind of like what I'm saying, like every Penta match, and these guys have worked before, but every Penta match is pretty much the same. But holy shit, that the Mexican Destroyer, the way Breaker took that was fucking, he sold it awesome. Nice, great bump off the head.
Listen, that's not – wait, whoa, wait a minute. You see, this is another problem. These moves that have been around for 100 years or so are given these moron names. What did you just call it? The Mexican what?
Mexican
What was
Destroyer.
it called when Muda did it? A sit-out power bomb?
I never saw Muda. I never saw Muda do that move.
Listen, that move's been around longer than I've been bald, pal.
See, I don't ever remember seeing that move.
Listen, wrestling did not just get invented last night, dude.
Oh, I know this. I know this.
Have you ever? This is the problem, Bay. You do not watch wrestling. You do not. Because if you did, you would see these moves in New Japan. You would have seen these moves in the NWA. You would have even seen these moves not by listen, the world-class championship wrestling. There was Al Madrid. He would do moves like that. Listen, don't mess with the intelligence of Johnny HotBody when it comes to wrestling moves. You can ask me anything about wrestling, but don't ask me about my matches. I burnt them long ago into my memory, and I don't want to ever remember them.
I honestly, because the first Penta match on WWE that I saw, and he did that move, I was like, holy shit. I don't ever remember seeing that move before.
And right after he did it, one of the girls did it.
Yeah, exactly.
So come on. You never seen it.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
That move's been done before. Come on, let's move on.
But great fucking spear from fucking Braun Breaker for the finish in midair.
All right. So Goldberg only had one move too, right? The spear, right?
Yeah.
So, are we going to see this kid take over Goldberg's?
I'd rather watch that kid than
Are we
Goldberg.
calling that the Braun Breaker? Or are we calling that the spear? Roman Reigns does it. You know how many people use the spear too? I think it's a little bit old, that move. They need to come up with their own finishing moves. I don't get it. What happened to this once legendary sport?
Actually, Gianni says that Ricky Morton does the Canadian Destroyer, which I guess is the same move.
It is a a sunset flip, sit out power bomb is what it is called. I'm sure the Japanese wrestling has a more intricate name for it, but in reality, all it is a sunset flip into a power bomb. It's been done, man.
There you go.
And when you see guys that do it that don't have the agility, you go, whoa, that move's not that hard. Even the girls are pulling it off.
All right, next up, we had a backstage promo. Adam Pearce, first up with AJ Styles, saying his match with Dirty Dom is off. Now, I missed, what was the reason? What's the injury that Dom has?
He's got a broken heart. Reminds me of someone else I know. Listen, broken hearts have been.
It'll do it every time.
Yep. Listen, didn't like one of the queens have a broken heart? She killed everybody. She used to take a bath in blood. Who? Let's see if you know. Did you ever hear of the queen that took a bath in blood?
No.
I'll let you know about it. You think about it. You could ask Coco.
She probably knows. Because it's one of
let's see if any of our intelligent listeners out there know. Who was the queen that bathed in blood?
Michelle says, "Bring back the slingshot suplex." Tully did that really well. That was a great move.
I love that move. Simple as it is.
Agreed.
The scientific, the psychology of Tully Blanchard's matches to then set up for that finishing move is what made that move more deadlier than Jake the Snake's front snap face DDT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't do these moves. Though. Listen, man, and you want to know something? Not for nothing, Chubb. You fucking put one. If someone was to put a Jake the Snake style DDT on, they'd sit up right out of it. This is what wrestling's turned into. These kids that weigh 165 pounds soaking wet are able to get up out of moves that annihilated guys like Dick Slater.
Yeah.
You know, it don't make sense.
It's ridiculous. No, you're right. Absolutely right. It's
maddening. As bad as Sting was as a wrestler, at least that idiot sold.
Mm-hmm.
And Sting was one of the worst wrestlers in the NWA. and if Jimmy was there, God rest his soul, Ultimate Warrior, he would have joined that line.
Well, speaking of bad wrestlers from the NWA or /WCW, next up we had a segment of an interview that was conducted this afternoon with Michael Cole and Goldberg. And holy hell, I'm just not a fan at all of Goldberg, whether it's in the ring or out of the ring.
Listen, I don't like Goldberg at all. I never got Goldberg. I never understood what made him come out of nowhere and get the rub that he did. I believe he had pictures of Jim Ross. I'm not done. Dave Crockett, Jim Crockett, Tony Schiavone, Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson. Who was the other one that used to garble his words? Bruno Sammartino. I know I'm going to get a lot of grief on that one. But listen, this is bad.
Yeah. Do you think there's any actual chance they would give him the strap?
Yes, they wanted to have Seth Rollins take it off him right away. But I think
I've heard that a half dozen times.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something, man. That's because everybody's saying that a dozen times. I'm telling you right now, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I believe Gunther's going to beat the living hell out of him. I think Gunther's that damn good. I like Gunther.
I do too.
I think he is one of the better guys in that. When it comes to great talent in the WWE, it is Gunther, it is McIntyre, it is Logan Paul. It is Logan Paul. Those three guys right there are the only three guys that would make me want to buy a ticket. You heard it here first.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's a very interesting statement.
It's the truth, bro. They all suck. There you go. The Queen of Bathory. There you go. Michelle, no, she probably looked it up. That's right. She used to bathe in blood. Off with their heads.
Johnny says, now, Johnny, on the Bruno comment.
Listen, between you and Bruno, if yous were to put the mics in front of you two and yous were to do color commentary, you would put everybody to sleep in the whole damn building. Shut up, garble mouth.
Oh.
Gianni, how are you, brother?
If Goldberg goes over, who did Gunther piss off to be buried like that? That's I was saying that after he like tapped out to Jay. Like, who did he piss off? Because they put him in some shitty situations.
Listen, sometimes testing guys' attitudes is what it's worth. Is he championship worthy? Let's see what his attitude is like. You have to be an ambassador when you wear that title. Whether you're a heel or you're a face, you have to be an ambassador. Now, a lot of people don't understand what that means because a lot of these people that know wrestling don't know shit. And that's the truth. I'm sorry. Yous are fans. That's why yous are fans. Yous don't know what yous are talking about more than half the time. Just because you think this match is going to be great doesn't mean that they're going to put that match on, because let me tell you something. If it doesn't put asses in the seats, it just doesn't happen. Just like Yeet, they gave him a real fast chance. He did not put one ass in a seat. As a matter of fact, whenever he would come out, everybody, listen, when the cameras are on, it's really good that everybody's doing this. But if you probably went to one of the shows where there's no cameras, house show, right, fellas? No, there ain't nobody eating, man. That shit ain't going over. As a matter of fact, if it was going over, how come the ticket sales are dropping off like crazy? See, when I speak logic. I'm not going to blow smoke up these fans' ass or anyone that's listening to us talk. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the inside track of the business. It's not about what you think you know. It's what Johnny HotBody knows that makes the difference.
Well, I want to know what Johnny HotBody knows about this next match, because we were texting about this, and it was the semifinal match for the women for the Queen of the Ring. And it was Jade Cargill taking on Roxanne Perez. And
Asuka would beat the shit out of everybody in that locker room if you give her a chance. Let me tell you something, brother. I heard you say over the past few weeks about Asuka. Who is this Asuka? Who is this? Asuka is for real. She got beat half to death by some dude in Japan. You should look up the match.
Really?
And I'm not joking. They beat the shit out of her. She did. She stood there. All right. She's incredible. Asuka. I am going to turn you people on right now to the bam, 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 bam. Here you go, Chubby. You ready? Spoiler alert. The greatest match that WWE. If this happens, I want this dated, and I want you to remember this, Chubby. The match of all matches that will sell more seats than any man's match. Asuka versus Stephanie Valkyrie. Bam. That, my friends, would be the match. You talk about wrestling, move for move. There would not be, if you got up and went to go to pee, you should have sat down and peed yourself, quite seriously. Listen, I am telling Chubby, there's only so many years down the line a great match will come along. You had Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage, right? I don't know if you even know about the Ricky Steamboat Randy Savage match, or Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair. Those are some great matches, right?
Some of the greatest matches of all time.
Bullshit. You watch Asuka, Stephanie Valkyrie. Next.
All right. One little thing. Why did Jade lick Roxanne, first of all?
I think Jade's
I never. And
listen, man. Listen, I don't know, man. Jade.
I was like, where did that come from?
I don't know. I think she'd scare me right out of the bedroom.
Now, here is the scary fucking reality question. Would they really put Jade over on Asuka?
I doubt it very much because Oscar would not. I don't think Oscar could wrestle a broom. You've heard that said before, right? Like Ricky Morton could wrestle a broom. You've heard these. Only so many guys are able to do this stunt. Oscar could do that and get away with it. Very, very good. I guarantee you. Here's the deal. Jade Cargill is a broom. She's a big stick. She isn't going to move. She's dead weight in the ring. If you were to put, all right, Santa Claus, he knows so much about girls wrestling. Well, he claims he does. Nia Jax isn't the best, he says. She's the worst. Well, when it comes to Jade Cargill and this Rodriguez chick, I'm sorry, my man. Nia Jax wins every match. She's got more talent than 5 other girls besides those 2.
Out of them, totally.
No, wait a minute. It ain't only out of them. It's out of a lot of girls. Nia Jax could work.
Well, out of
Rhea Ripley, right? Oh, okay. Well, I don't see Jade Cargill having a match with Rhea Ripley that's going to be good. All right, and that's something.
I don't think I've seen Jade Cargill have a good match yet. Singles.
I'll tell you, here you go. All right. So the first time I've ever seen Jade Cargill wrestle, her tits popped out. Every time she wrestled in AWA, her nipples would fly right out. And one day she's standing there doing this on AEW TV, and both her breastages are fucking leaking like out. Bing, 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 bing. I'm like, holy shit, is this porn or wrestling? And I'm not joking you, bro. So that's the only thing I think that they hired her for, her breast. And I know I'm probably going to catch a lot of heat with that too. But if you think I'm lying, look into it. But
it's the truth.
Nia Jax
it's happened on WWE too.
Out. Oh, well, wait a minute. They might have brought in Jade Cargill to have a match against Tiffany Stratton to see whose tits would fall out more.
But I mean, honestly, like as I was watching that match tonight, I said to myself, they can't seriously think about, like, I don't know how long of a contract she signed, but I'm like, I don't know if I'd be able to re-sign this. She's been in the company for over a year now. I have not seen one step of progression in the ring.
There you go. Jade's not ready yet. Gianni's right. She is not ready yet.
She's not.
She'll never be ready. This is what she is. She's a very tall, beautiful girl who has a presence. That doesn't mean she could wrestle. All that means is that she could go on the road to like the air shows they do at the Army Air and the Air Force bases. You know, those what are they, UFC shows? USO shows.
Yeah.
That's what she's good for. That's it. There's a certain group of talent that'll never ever be ready. They're under contract for whatever reason. They got lucky. They stepped in shit. They knew somebody. Their mother slept with somebody. Chances are their mother slept with somebody, and then their mother slept with somebody. But anyway, that's how they get into this wrestling, and it's pathetic.
Yes.
You know.
All right.
There was a whole group of talent that never got hired.
Wait. Okay, finish what you're saying.
There was a whole group of talent back in the 80s and 90s that never got hired. And do you want to know why they never got hired? They weren't born into business.
Gianni says Nia just had her first child a few days ago. She just worked a match.
Listen, Gianni, I think you're smoking crack. How could she be wrestling and having children?
Yeah, he's got to mean somebody else. She was just on SmackDown last week, wasn't she?
First of all, wait a minute. Not for anything. Who's her husband?
That's a good question.
Don't say Ahmed Johnson.
All right, next up, we had a in-ring promo from Gunther discussing his upcoming match with Goldberg.
You see Gunther's promo? Did you hear that promo? That's
Great
a beautiful promo.
Great promo.
That's how you do a promo.
Yeah.
Now, if every single, and I'm not leaving anybody out. This includes Roman Reigns. If every single one of these guys were to listen to the style and the vocabulary and the calm determination, the emphasis on the right adjectives and verbs, you see, there's a style to cutting a promo. And I'm telling you, Gunther's the only one that has that ability. Now you're going to see next week on the WWE a whole bunch of guys trying to cut promos the way Gunther does. But here's the thing. It can't be taught. It's got to be natural. Listen to Dusty Rhodes. That kid's about as entertaining as watching grass grow. I mean, he's got the look. He's got his following. And that's where it begins. And that's where it ends. Dusty Rhodes' kid, what's his name? Cody. He's a politician. He's absolutely going to be a future politician. And if you laugh at me, Kane is a mayor in Memphis. Or was.
Yeah.
So Glenn Jacobs, yeah. You know, you got to think. You know, look at the look of this kid. He's polished. He's posh. He's the only one that's doing it. He dresses in presidential attire, 100%. Johnny knows what he talks about. I guarantee you that kid is headed to politics.
From day one, you said that. I'm like, yeah, I totally can see that.
His wrestling, he can't get hurt because he stays so far away from everybody. It looks so fake. It's him, John Cena, got to be the two worst wrestlers in that ring.
Next up, we had a backstage promo with Becky Lynch as she was getting ready to head out to the ring, which then in turn turned into a Sami Zayn promo with Mr. Karrion Kross interfering, which caused Sami to pop him to set up for now Saturday. These two will have a match.
All right. Listen, be careful what you ask for. You heard it here first.
Do you mean as in what? Push Karrion Kross? We should not ask for that?
Yep. You shouldn't have asked for it because you're going to see that all this kid is a color commentary person, individual. That's what he's good for. Color commentary. Wrestling, he doesn't have it. His girl's hot, somewhat. Nah, she's rough around the edges. She looks like she's been ran over by a bus. I don't know. But anyway, that's just Johnny HotBody's thoughts. Nobody ever said I had hot girlfriends, though, did they? Ha. Anyway, yeah, when it comes to this Karrion Kross, I don't think he's as talented as everybody makes him out to be. He's all asking for it because he was good in NXT. There's a lot of things good in NXT, like the popcorn, the intermission, the soda. You want me to name talent? I can't do that. NXT's just not my cup of tea.
Now, to me, for the last 3-4 months, we've been seeing once a week, he comes out, tries to have his little talk with Sammy or AJ. And I have been under the impression is like, all right, they're trying to make this guy like a manager type or something to guide these talents. But now they're going to put him in a ring. So I'm like a little confused. And obviously they are, as we know, about what they're doing with this guy and what the direction is.
Seriously, what could you do with him? There's so much other talent back here that they can't do anything with. What makes them think they're going to be able to do something with him? They just don't have it, man. They're missing. All right. I think the WWE's wrestling style sucks. I think they need to change their style, go into a little bit more physicality. And if people are worried about getting hurt, maybe they shouldn't have became professional wrestlers. Quite seriously, I know a ton of professional wrestlers from the 70s, 80s, and 90s that went in that ring and got their asses handed to them. Broken ribs, broken legs, broken ankles, discombobulated thingamajigs, fratistads all over the place. These things happen in the ring when you really want to wrestle. This is the problem. They have nothing going for them. There's no one that's going to step up and make it look vicious. No one. You could slam me through a table all day long. It's lackadaisical at best, like slamming somebody through doors. Come on, give me a chance. Give me a break. Are you kidding me?
The only one who I feel when they get in that ring, you get a vicious match with is Gunther.
Gunther will just beat the living hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but okay. You got Gunther. You got Rusev, and you have Sheamus.
That's another good one. Okay.
Okay, there's a match for you.
Interesting. I like it.
It'd be fantastic. Do you want to know why it'd be fantastic? First of all, you have Gunther there, who's going to be educated by two veterans that know the business well. When it comes to hardcore roughhouse style, Rusev and Sheamus both know how to handle that. You understand where I'm going? Mm-hmm. And you have Gunther being schooled with them. That will be one of the most hard-hitting matches ever. Any combination. And I shouldn't say any combination, because I don't think the Sheamus Rusev is going to hold water. I see it as we're not getting our shining star. You see, if they put him with Gunther, there's a reason.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, totally.
There you go.
Totally. Let me run through some comments here. Gianni says, "Please stop, Johnny. I'm crying over here laughing when you're talking about Cross." He also says, "There's people who were taught by Dusty to do promos, and there's people who are on the shows, as you can definitely tell, who has been taught by Dusty Rhodes. Oh, who hasn't been taught by Dusty
Listen,
Rhodes.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute, Gianni. You don't know what you're talking about. I hate to break it to you. You're wrong. You're wrong. When Dusty Rhodes started helping everyone, he didn't help them in the sense that you may think he did. He took a shine to only certain individuals and told them, inside tracking on how to be a jerk off to other people coming up in the business. That's what Dusty was good at. And if you think I'm kidding, ask Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson why they got fired by Dusty Rhodes. Big, good old Dusty Rhodes. I'm going to tell you why Dusty fired them. They used to run two cards, the A cards and the B cards. Well, they had 100 miles between the two house shows. And on the one, Dusty Rhodes was the main event. And on the other was the Rock and Roll Express. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. The Rock and Roll Express will sell out any building you put them in their heyday. Dusty got mad at them, fired them. That's your boy Dusty, Gianni. You don't know these guys. Stop thinking they're as great as they look on TV. Usually a booker pushes himself. He doesn't care about other people. He's selfish. He's a narcissist. He's arrogant. And most of all, he's a lying, backstabbing, yellow. What did he used to say? Yellow what? Yellow belly scum sucking egg dog.
Michelle says, Karrion is nothing but a judo guy, not a wrestler. He's garbage. Gianni says, a lot of talent on the main roster needed to stay in NXT, in my opinion. Can't cut it. It's all political. And he adds another one into your match. Gunther versus Rusev versus Sheamus versus Drew.
Okay, with that right there, with that match right there, I see them possibly working hard, possibly, but the hardest match you're going to get out there, yeah, all right, I'll give you that, Gianni. Yeah, I think any match that McIntyre's in is going to be a great match. Just look how good he made that crumb CM Punk look.
All right, so next up we had finally for the IC women's belt, Bayley versus Becky, which I've been saying all along is going to lead into what we're going to get, in my opinion, at SummerSlam. What am I missing?
Finn Balor, with that Rodriguez girl going to the ring. You never talked about Rodriguez's promo. Because
when they were backstage.
I want to tell that girl, what's her name? Rodriguez girl, the big girl. What's her name?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez. I want to give you a little heads up. I watched this match. I watched you roll around tonight. The next time, wear panties. And never wear that kind of skirt on TV, because the camera had given such a sight, I almost threw up my Cheetos. Next, that's like what do they call those public safety messages? Yeah, you got to put a public safety message in the middle of our show. Rodriguez, make sure you wear panties and never wear it when you're bumping.
All right, we're going to rewind back to the Bayley versus Becky match.
She's nasty, dude. I'm sorry. She's nasty.
Who? Are you still on Raquel?
Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, my God. Hideous. I know you're not saying nothing. I know you're a fan of hers.
I'm just trying to talk about Bayley versus Becky right now.
Do we have to? Listen, I tried to slow it up because, listen, when they gave that close-up shot of Bayley, dude, Rosie O'Donnell is definitely her mother.
Wow. PSA by HotBody. So we had Lyra Valkyrie interfere in the match, and is going to set up for what I've been saying all along, a three-way dance between them three at SummerSlam for the IC belt.
It was the best match on TV tonight. That's number one.
Agreed.
Number two, I believe that Becky Lynch. I'm sorry, I was watching the Nielsen numbers fly across the TV. I'm sorry, I got inundated there. Yeah. Phew. Wait a minute. What was I just saying? I got to back up a second. What were we talking about?
Bailey versus Becky.
Oh, Becky. Yeah. Best match on the card.
Yes.
Becky and Bailey and this girl, Valkyrie.
Yes.
No, it isn't Valkyrie. How do you say this?
Lyra Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the
Valkyrie,
winged angel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I believe that she's going to be the winner. The only way you could make that belt be worth anything in all reality is to have two of your two top
former world champions.
World champions. And Becky Bailey is now a pretty much a journeyman, as they like to refer to it as, or as her case, a journeywoman. Yeah. You know, she's there to make sure the other talent looks great and gets over, and the angles are ran smoothly, because I don't like her. I mean, but, you know, her ability to wrestle, yeah, she has that. And yes, she'll make, with Becky, will make this girl shine, and that belt be the most outstanding woman's belt that they have now, which is a shame, because what's that say about Ito Sky's belt?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
and
they forget about these things.
Yeah.
You know, they did the same thing with the belt that Gunther has. If Seth Rollins didn't carry it around, and he was going to make it the workhorse belt, and I know that you know, a lot of people think they know WWE history, but that Universal title is not the world title that Hogan held. It doesn't even represent the same.
No.
You know, so for everybody to think that the Universal title is more prestigious than the World Heavyweight title, they're kidding themselves. There never was a Universal title, nor should there be a Universal title. They're not working in Universal Studios. It's a joke. A big W, a double M hidden in the W, turned over to a 33. You could shake it any way you want. They had a black cube for their main building. If you people think you know something and Johnny doesn't, you are sadly mistaken.
Michelle says these kids today need to just study guys like Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and of course my favorite, Barry Windham.
You know, Michelle, you're right. You know, here you go, Barry Windham. He was one of my favorite. He was definitely one of my favorites. I think that he should have had the world title over Hulk Hogan, quite seriously. Yeah. He was that great. And if it wasn't for counterfeit money and Blackjack Mulligan being locked up, Barry might have been the champion, quite seriously. But it's crazy how these wrestlers all get involved in these kind of scams, like Ted DiBiase. They're robbing welfare, man. What are they thinking, man?
Well, you know what? Again, Jimmy Janae, I'll say this. He said to me very early on, as I was going through school and all, you know, he said to me something that always stuck with me. The whole business is based on a lie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you know how the business actually got started? Did you ever look into it?
It was from the carnivals and all, carnival circuit.
Yeah, Wilbur, some big Wilhelm Schmitz, or what was his name? Wilhelm Schmidt, and a dude named Bear, Max Bear's dad, I think it was, were the first ones to pull a carny on everybody. Do you know what carny really is? Ashkenazi. Ashkenazi had their own language. It was called carny. They used to speak it. They were Balkans. They were Oh boy, you don't even want me to go down that road. But anyway, yeah, they all spoke carny, which is when you put what is it? What is it and it? What is the it and but or what is that? Conjunctions. You put a conjunction in between a word and you add it to the middle and the end, and you got carny.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, anybody could do it. It's real easy, man. Break the syllable, put the word in between. Is up, is up, is up, is up, kiz up, jiz up, kiz up, drop kick.
And away you go.
Yeah, yeah, man. And somebody's talking about she needs a boob job. Just saying, Raquel. Listen, dude, you can't put lipstick on a pig and expect it to be pretty.
The belts are secondary at this point, and that belt you're talking about, Johnny, is the same lineage.
No, it's not. The Universal title is not. The Universal title was not brought in.
Well, is not. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It is not.
Yeah.
It is not. The Universal title was a bogus bullshit title that Brock Lesnar and oh Christ now. My mind is fried right now, Bay. I've been up for weeks. You know this. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, the Universal title was not the first title. The heavy world title, which was the green strap, is the one that Dusty, who's wearing it now? Gunther. The belt that Gunther wears is supposed to be Ric Flair's belt, the world heavyweight title.
Gotcha. Okay, next up after that, we had a backstage situation. Ivy Nile, Chad Gable were talking. Chad goes to walk away and runs into Penta, and then Penta ends up attacking Chad Gable.
What a waste. What a waste. What a waste. What a waste. They had more commercials.
Oh, my God.
More backstage segments. Listen, I was saying to Chubby, everybody, next week's show, we're going to do a recap of all the commercials. We're going to talk about Snickers. We're going to talk about man wipes. We're going to talk about jock itch. We're going to talk about all these good things.
All the worst commercials ever.
I agree.
All right, next up, we had your girl, Raquel, taking on Rhea in an impromptu match, which now, we didn't get to discuss this last week because Johnny was not here, but Liv Morgan got hurt in the ring. Word and rumor on the street is she's going to be out up to 6 months. So what they're going to do is plug and play. They're going to put Roxanne Perez in her place. So it's going to be Roxanne and Raquel as the new tag team champions. And you saw their united front tonight happen.
I told you, Rosie Perez should only be seen in movies like, what is it? I can't even think. Oh, man.
White Men Can't Jump?
Yeah, White Man Can't Jump. That's the only thing Rosie Perez should be seen in. She shouldn't be seen in a wrestling ring. And not for nothing, man. She should be in midget matches. If anything, this girl's a waste, man. I don't understand it. As far as Liv Morgan goes, let me tell you all a little secret on the back note here. I live in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and Liv Morgan lives in Bayonne. Guess where I'm going? I'm going to go rub her shoulder for her, put ice on it. That's a lie. You know that's a lie. I'm joking. Hyperbole. I'm sad over this. I am totally sad over Liv Morgan not being around. I love her in that little red outfit of hers. She's so hot. I'm sorry. Johnny HotBody is born again.
We saw Raquel put Rhea through a table. The union of Raquel and Roxanne has started, and I think we have a street fight match on Saturday now at Night of Champions. between Raquel and Rhea.
Here's the thing: do they fire the little, what's her name? I can't remember her name, with the umbrella. The girl that Liv Morgan was wrestling. What's her name? It's Kyrie Saint. What is it? Kyrie? Isn't it Kyrie Saint or something?
I don't know. No, I mean,
well,
we didn't see her tonight.
Here's another incident where you have these wrestlers performing these moves and not protecting other wrestlers just to get their move off. I watched it. I seen it. She jammed her elbow when Kyrie came to her side. It looked like she landed on her shoulder, jammed her elbow, and her shoulder went back up in.
Yeah.
That girl should be fired. I mean, wait, didn't John Cena get people fired? Mr. Kennedy? You see, I know too much stuff here, pal. You can't pull the wool over my eyes here. John Cena, even Randy Orton, they cry about this guy did this guy did that, and they get them fired. Instead of taking them to the side, talking to them, telling them, listen, when you do this move, you're supposed to protect me, blah, blah, blah. This way would have been better. You know, half the time these guys get hurt too. It's on their own. It's on their own movement. They can't stop the inertia.
Yeah. Well, we had our main event of the night, semifinals for the men, to go into the King of the Ring. It was Cody Rhodes taking on Jey Uso, and it was pretty much what I expected. It was in a typical face-face match, the back and forth of the face-face psychology match. I mean, for what it was a good match. It was all right. I wasn't expecting much more.
See what you just said? There's what's wrong. There's what's wrong with the whole business. You're accepting mediocrity. Vince would not put up with this crap. I'll give you an example. They're in the ring and there's dead time. How do you have dead time in a ring? When two guys stand there and look at each other and don't know what to do? I mean, come on, fellas. It's Monday Night Raw. So Vince would not have this roster out there. I am guaranteeing you this. Vince would not have half this roster out there. They're a shandle of what they used to be.
That's, I mean, Jade Cargill style. She was the one with so much dead time in her match. But, I mean, I'll relate this to, like, for a TV match, though. I mean, this was like Hogan Warrior of that era with the two top baby faces going at it.
I'm ready to get up and leave. I can't believe you would say that. You insult Hogan, and I don't like Hogan, but you insult Hogan and Warrior with that? You cannot compare the two. Well, you can't even compare the two. Listen, you
can, because they're the top baby faces.
Listen, if you run down the talent that was in the WWE, Hogan, Rick the Model Martel, Jake the Snake Roberts, Rowdy Piper. Listen, do I need to make my evidence more clearer to you? The roster, it sucks. These kids today, they have talent, but they're not wrestlers. I'm sorry. They're Broadway dancers. They're flappers. They're Circus Soleil.
Circus Soleil for sure.
Listen, this is garbage. I will be watching AEW if this continues.
it's a whole new style, but you're going to get the same thing over there. That style is going to be there too. It's the modern era of the world of the business.
Well, I say burn the business completely down. The way there was a time, there was a time in the early '80s when I used to work at the Spectrum. I used to set up the ring for the WWE, WWF at the time, and put the chairs out and the floor down. I used to work at the Spectrum. I was a changeover crew, local 51. There you go. We used to put down all the seats, and it was matches like Bob Backlund versus Dominic DeNucci. I'm sorry, Dominic DeNucci. I am so sorry to say this. They were matches like Swede Hansen versus Johnny Valiant, when Johnny Valiant was old and bloated. There was matches like some of the worst matches you could ever see at one time. I mean, the Moondogs. This is when I'm going back to in that era with the Moondogs. Even the Samoans. The Samoans sucked. The Wild Samoans sucked. After he bit a chicken live, there was nothing else going on with those two guys. You know what those two guys used to do in Philadelphia? They used to collect money for Angelo Bruno. There you go. There's a little something nobody knew. Ha ha. Johnny knows a lot about wrestling. Yeah. But there was a time when the WWF had empty seats.
Yeah.
Empty seats everywhere, man. Everywhere. If you bought a nosebleed seat, you could come all the way down. They would want you to sit in the front so it would look like people were there. Greg the Hammer Valentine versus Tito Santana. P.U. Let me tell you something. What a throw-up bag that was of a match. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, but as far as the main event goes, it's barely a main event when those two guys are curtain jerkers at best.
So what do you think King of the Ring? Who do you think is going to be the King of the Ring for 2025?
All right, who's the two? You give me the two participants for the finals, and I'll tell you exactly who's winning. And I'll give you
Cody and Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
Really?
I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why. Randy Orton versus Randy Orton versus John Cena. People think that Randy got robbed, and so do I. I think it's a better matchup than Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just talking King. Yeah, King Reed. Yeah, definitely. Although I noticed this tonight. I'm staring at Cody Rhodes for some reason, and I'm going, what is it about Cody Rhodes that I've seen before? Yeah, you're wondering, right?
I am.
You know, there's only so many ways that you could suck up in the business. And one of those ways that you could suck up in the business is to get a tattoo of Triple H's trademark. He's wearing Triple H's trademark, the skeleton with the king fucking helmet with the flames around it. Listen, I watched Triple H. Oh yeah, Triple H came out with a whole skeleton. It was glowed in the dark with Stephanie leading the way. Listen, bro, he's wearing Triple H's skull. Yeah, with the crown. Absolutely, look it up. King of the Ring, Triple H. He comes out, the neon green, the skull has the crown, the flames behind it, and everything. Why is he wearing Triple H's? Why is he wearing Triple H's trademark? What do you call that? Design.
Interesting.
I'm
looking
Who's
at it now.
Who's a butt kisser now, John Cena or Cody Rhodes?
Oh, Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't know where the hell that comes
What
from for
I'll
Cody
tell you where
Rhodes.
that I'll tell you where that comes from.
I mean, it's
It,
just
it comes
it,
from somebody's ego still wanting to be in the game so badly that he says to the kid, "Yo," because the kid's naive. I got a great idea. You're the American Nightmare. Why don't you put the burning skull on your neck with the crown?
I
The
hate
kid,
that too.
the kid never realized that it was Triple H's own moniker. You know I'm right. Look it up.
Did he use that in AEW at all or no?
Whether he did or didn't, Triple H's career preceded his. Right? Is that how you say
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just found it funny that he didn't get something like the son of a plumber tattooed on his neck. Look at Gianni. Oh my God, John, you're right. Holy shit. Johnny HotBody is never wrong. Even when you think he is Gianni, you're the one that is wrong. I will play quiz games with anyone and destroy them. You do not know what Johnny HotBody knows. I got books behind me on black magic, white magic. I got books on Freemasonry. I got books on the O fights. I got What do you want to know about the OTO? What do you want to know about, brother? I could even tell you about that Aleister Crowley bullshit. I could even tell you Egyptian bullshit. You know the Egyptians were all Greek. Stop and think about it a while.
There you go.
What language did Jesus speak? Greek. Where did he go to school? Athens. First, second, third century, you either spoke Greek or you were considered a barbarian. A Roman. Bar. Romans lived in huts. Just remember that.
I think we're all barbarians. How about that?
Not me, my friend. Not me. I know that I come from Crete. I know that I lived before 4,000 years ago.
Well, on that note, we are an hour and 15 in almost.
And that's enough.
Yes. And we will be back Saturday after. Technically, it's not Night of Champions for us. It'll be Afternoon of Champions.
And then Monday, 6:00 at night, is the next roll on. I wish they all would be that early because they all suck. It's not even worth. You're paying $8 a month for commercials.
Yeah, very, very, very true. On that note, get ready for the commercial recap. We'll be coming with you soon to that. Johnny, welcome back.
Thank you, Bay. It's been a pleasure.
HotBody, my tag team partner. He is also my trivia partner. Laugh out loud. Oh, shit. Too funny.
You never know what you'll learn watching Chubby Dudley and Johnny HotBody.
How about that? It's always a lesson. And Michelle says, "Have a good night, guys." Good night, Michelle.
Don't everybody. We're going to be doing Carmella show, Wrestling Radio Relive. Tony Stetson, myself, with a special guest.
I heard. I was messaged this morning by a fan telling me.
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And I want you to listen. I want you to listen to me now. Hear me next week.
Believe me, I'll be listening. I'll be watching. Going to be interesting what's said.
I got a lot to say, baby. You know that all the time.
All the time. On that note, check out Carmella's Wrestling Radio Relived tomorrow night. HotBody, Stetson, and a special guest will be in the house, and it's not me. So there you go.
Don't worry, I'm going to talk about you like trash. Don't worry.
I'm sure.
I want to throw you around.
I expect to be nothing but trashed tomorrow night.
No, you won't, bro. No, you won't.
Wow. Not by you.
Listen, my brother, you did the greatest thing that you could have ever done. And I will put that out tomorrow. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So on that note, good night, everybody. And we'll be back on Saturday. Wait.